Greetings, cereal heads everywhere. This is Sonic Blue. Welcome to another edition of Cereal Snacks. Today on Cereal Snacks, we are going to look into the lineup of Kellogg's to see what kind of snacks are in store for us today. Now, last time on Cereal Snacks, I reviewed the Cinnabon Cereal Jumbo Snacks. Well, Kellogg's came out with this one as well for Froot Loop cereal. And I love Froot Loop cereal. I hope you do too, but let's just see how well these jumbo snacks measure up to the original cereal. Now, if you are a child of the 80s or 90s or even 2000s or even a current child this day, you cannot tell me you have never tasted Froot Loop cereal before. I mean, it's everywhere. It's not a limited supply. It hasn't gone anywhere anytime soon. It's a very good cereal to keep around, and Kellogg's decided to keep it around for years and years and years and years. And everybody I've ever met at least had one box or one bowl of Froot Loops. So you know about the rainbow fruity berry fruit goodness that you get after every spoonful of Froot Loops? Well, you get that huge burst of aroma when you open that bag up. The room practically fills up with the scent of Froot Loops. You open this up and somebody thinks you're having cereal when you're just having a snack on the go. And this is a handful of what the cereal jumbo snacks look like for Froot Loops. And once again, I'm dropping them on the floor. All right. So let's just take a time to just see. Now, that is a pretty jumbo version of the cereal because those cereal little loops are just, tiny. They've upped the game and made them bigger and made them available on the go. But let's see how they taste in comparison to the original cereal. No doubt about it. It does. It's a lot crunchier, which is why it's a cereal snack. Of course, let's get a view of the bag. There it is. Got Toucan Sam down at the bottom. And he's super excited about these jumbo cereal snacks. And as usual, I got one of them here. Let's compare it to the size on the bag. Okay, now that is a pretty jumbo size right there, looking at the bag. But then you get the product, and it's like this. So I didn't expect these to be the same size as the ones on the bag. But by the same token, if you look in the logo, where the Froot Loops are in the logo, they are the perfect size for the loops in the logo. So it matches, technically speaking, because the logo has those loops that are the exact same size. They are exact. So, folks, Kellogg's did not lie about this product. This actual sizes are right here in the logo. That's funny. That is too funny. But it is good, though. I mean, if you remember Froot Loop cereal as a kid, and I do, those memories will come flooding back to you when you open this up. Now, there is a vodka. I think it's 3 Olive that makes it. I think 3 Olive makes it. But anyway, it's called Loopy. Tastes just like Froot Loops. I am not lying. If you like vodka and you like cereal, add yourself a little milk to that and it'll taste just like you're drinking the milk out of the Froot Loops bowl after you're done eating it. I kid you not. But I don't want to be here advertising for an alcoholic beverage, especially here on YouTube, where children could see this video. So I have to say this is a disclaimer. Folks, please be 21 or older before you try Loopy. And drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. All right. Now that I said those disclaimers, we should be golden. I could eat this all day. A great way to snack. And a great way to relive your childhood memories. It really is. But that's to be expected. They're just giant versions of the cereal pieces that you remember as a kid. Not much to say about that else, other than just the memories it brings back when you used to have this as a kid. And now that you're an adult and you want more on-the-go stuff because you don't have enough time for breakfast, you rush out the door, you forgot your briefcase at home or whatever, you run back to the house to grab it, you're running late, you don't have time for breakfast, cereal, too kiddie-ish for you, so grab a bag of this and hit the road because you'll be eating well by the time you get to work. But we won't stop here with the Froot Loops. I also have, from Kellogg's, Froot Loops cereal bars. And there's a close-up of that. You got Toucan Sam holding a giant version of the Froot Loops cereal bar. He seems to be very happy to be holding one. But will we feel just as happy as Toucan Sam here? That is the question. So let's find out how well this snack stacks up against the actual cereal product. And then we will rate this product accordingly. Now, I am hit or miss on these cereal bars. Sometimes they're good, sometimes, they leave something yet to be desired. But let's hope they got it right this time. Let's hope, well, other than being unbelievably small. Oh, and it's falling apart too. But there is a beautiful piece of this Froot Loops cereal bar. On the top, you have little miniature versions of the cereal, which, in comparison to that, they are miniature, but they might actually be actual cereal pieces there. And on the back, excuse me, you got that white chocolate holding everything together. What a pleasant flavor. It's a flavor that gets stronger the more you chew it, which is what I love about this product. Kellogg's, you are nailing it with these snacks, I'm telling you. Let me get another one because I can't get enough of these. These are really good. So, you know, I really do think that, Kellogg's does the best that they can do. And those of you that don't think so, you should give them the credit where credit's due and enjoy yourself some of these cereal bars. I really do. Now, the Applejack ones wasn't as convincing for me. The Lucky Charm ones, okay. This, however, excellent. My only drawback is they fall apart too easily. My other drawback, they're too small. You're lying to me, Toucan Sam. You're lying to me about the size of that bar. And how come it's not falling apart for you when it's falling all over to pieces for me? Well, the taste is amazing. And that's all that matters. I'm going to have one more. But before I do, let's play our favorite game of comparison and contrast. I'm going to break this guy open. Oh no, don't fall apart on me. No, I need a perfectly intact one and it fell apart on me. Oh. Like I said, this product really falls apart so easily. I don't know, maybe I got one that didn't have just the right amount of white chocolate to hold everything together. But sure is delicious, though. I don't mind eating up the mistakes. What I want to do, though, is have a perfectly intact bar so I can hold it in its entirety in front of the box. We're going to keep doing this until I get it right. Okay, being very careful. Being very careful. Yeah. See, not enough white chocolate there. Look at that. Maybe they started running out at the factory, but they kept pressing them. But hey, we got a perfectly intact bar. Oh, okay. So we got almost got the length correct. We almost got the length, but the width just isn't there. Almost, but not quite. Still, pretty darn impressive, Kellogg's. Pretty darn impressive indeed. And now I get to eat this bar. Terrific product. Really terrific. Now, I showed you the front of the box, or this part of the box, which is the same as that side of the box. And then on the side, you got your nutrition information. But on the other side, you have an advertisement for this. Frosted Flakes bars. Where is that product? I want to try it. And I am a big fan of Frosted Flakes, as you can see. They're great. Now I want to try how great they are in a bar. Because we tried the giant paws, which weren't too bad. It didn't taste like Frosted Flakes, though, but they weren't too bad. But now I want to try this. So I am going to keep my eye out in the grocery shops, just like you should do, whenever you scout around for your cereal snacks. And always remember, folks, keep your eye on the prize. Oh, but wait. I forgot. We didn't rate the product yet, folks. So before I leave you, let's rate these products. First, the Froot Loops Jumbo Snax. Now, like it's one before that we did with the Cinnabons, I gave it an 8.5. I give this one an 8. And why just an 8? Because it's just Froot Loops. But it's Froot Loops done in a way that you can have a nice crunchy snack, take it on the go. And it brings back so much childhood memories. I like this. So an 8. The Froot Loop cereal bars, well, besides the fact that they like to fall apart on you, I just think that I got a bad box. I mean, other ones probably were more intact. And I probably got some that had very little white chocolate. Maybe it was running at the end of its supply before the factory reset the supply of white chocolate that goes on these bars. But I shouldn't hold that against Kellogg's. But what I will do is be honest with my rating score. Now, this I rate a little higher than these. Now, like I said, I'm on the fence when it comes to cereal bars. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't work out. This, folks, does work out. It tastes just like Froot Loops. And even better now, because you can take it on the go and you get that same sensation of eating a bowl of Froot Loop cereal, assuming it doesn't fall apart on you. That's the only drawback I have to this product. So I, too, give this product an 8.5 out of 10. So that's all we have. That's all the time we have for today's cereal snacks. Today, we're visiting Kellogg's and their Froot Loops snacks. But don't just take my word for it. If you love your cereals, I'm sure you'll keep your eye out on several of these products that might be in your stores. They might be on Amazon that you can order. But however you do your shopping, just remember, always keep your eye on the price. You never know what you're going to find.